Welcome back to another episode of 4K Garage. Just a bit of a short, quick episode this time. Got a couple of little jobs to do on the 86, and then I've got some exciting news to tell you all at the end. So please do stick around, or just skip to the end, I guess. Either way, I've got to start off by doing a couple of little bits on the 86, and we'll come back and talk about a couple of little updates I have for you guys. Right, so one of the first issues that I need to resolve is some horrible stone chips on my wheels. Now, as you can see, I didn't curb my wheels. Unfortunately, they're just stone chips on the front wheels here. I mean, you can see how they just flick up loads of rocks, and underneath all this dirt, the wrap's just got a couple of chips in it. No big deal, it's gonna happen. I drive the car, is what it is. There's plenty of tiny ones around the rim, you can see there, but those ones I'm not too fussed about. It's just these big, chunky ones that really come up easily on camera that I want to get sorted. Now, there's no proper way to actually touch these up because this is a kind of chromy kind of finish. So yeah, as you move the light around, the color looks different. So no matter what paint you put on, it's always going to look the same in kind of whatever lighting, really. So in reality, the proper fix is to buy some new lips for the wheels. They're about £200 each. But I'm not going to do that this year. Maybe next year, maybe the year after that. You know, just refresh my three-piece wheels, and I can make a little episode on how to rebuild three-piece wheels and all that. But for now, I'm just going to touch up these stone chips here. As I say, this isn't the absolute best way to do this because it's never going to match exactly. But what I do know about kind of finishes like this is often they need a kind of gloss black base, so that's what I've got here. Some generic gloss black car paint. I've got some kind of metallic bronze paint, metallic brown paint. As you can see, it's not a match at all, but I'm hoping it will. All I'm really looking to do is just take the edge off these. They're not as bright and they don't stand out as much. I mean, the fact that you guys can see them on camera means they're they're pretty. They stand out quite a bit. If I had polished lips, it would just be a case of sanding them down, polishing them up, and they'd be shiny again, and you really wouldn't notice. But because I got the gloss bronze, which, let's face it, I absolutely love, and never going to change that, just got to do a few little steps just to hide them away, and then I'll just finish up with some clear coat. So let's apply some gloss black to these. Here we are, the first layer of gloss black is done, and I mean, hopefully you can somewhat see already it is starting to hide it away. There's still a few areas that are silver or silvery. I mean, there's high areas, there's low spots. You know, in reality, what's happened is the stone chip has really badly hit the rim and it's deformed it. So unless you were ready to sand back the whole rim to get rid of any low spots, apply filler, so on and so forth, you're just not going to get a perfect fix. That's not really what I'm looking for. I'm just looking to take the edge off them so that, you know, from a distance, you don't really notice them. You know, this will do for now. We'll apply some bronze once this is dried up, and then we'll get onto some clear as well. Right, here we go. We've done stage 2, the bronze. And as you can see, I mean, it's not the most terrible colour match in the world. I mean, when you get this close up to it, you're going to see it regardless. But as you can see, you come back and I wouldn't say they're invisible, but it doesn't draw your eye to it. And that was really the goal of filling those in. So I'm pretty pleased with how this is going so far. Like I say, for the sake of a little bit of money for some paint and 5 minutes to dab some blobs in, it's coming out all right. So let's move on to clear, and they're done. Right, and another thing I want to address is there's a couple of marks on the wrap. There you go, you can just about see it there. Doesn't feel like a scratch. So it's obviously just a mark in the wrap. Now, there's two options on how you would normally go about fixing this. More often than not, you would just apply heat, and it would self-heal itself depending on the quality of the wrap. Of course, this KPMF wrap my car's covered in is pretty damn good, so hopefully a bit of heat will sort that out. Alternatively, you can actually slightly polish wrap using, you know, a normal dual action polisher and some polishing compound. I'm going to crack out the heat gun, apply a little bit of heat to this, not get it too hot of course, and just see whether that kind of ever so slightly fades away, and hopefully that's all sorted. There's a couple of other marks. As you can see, there's one down here on the bumper. It feels a little bit rough, so that one might be a little bit tricky to get out. You can just about see it there. Just going to keep my hand here, just to make sure nothing gets too hot. If it's too hot for my hand, it's probably too hot for the wrap. Doesn't seem to do a whole lot while just heating out. So I think I'm just going to wait to see how it goes, really.
Well, after the heat didn't work, I tested a little bit of polish on this area. Just a little bit of compound, a little bit of polish, a little bit of elbow grease, just doing it very gently. And look, let's see if we can do some kind of before and after. And you can see how the still a few marks. I wouldn't say it's entirely gone. I would say it's 80 or 70% gone. But the haziness, that is really what drew your eye to that area, is almost entirely gone. So there you have it. It looks like you can actually polish wrap. Let's do a little bit on some of the other areas I showed you earlier and see how they turn out.
Right, so as you just saw, I had some pretty good results with polishing. I'm just going to be really gentle with it and do it by hand. Just got a little bit of polish there. I'm literally just going to do it with my finger. Along the length of the mark. And let's have a look. Don't want to go too hard on it, don't want to be too aggressive. I'm pretty happy with that. Don't want to go too aggressive, so let's get you in and have a look. Struggling to even find it anymore. I think this is where it was. There you go. You can see just a tiny bit of it there. You can see it ever so slightly when the light catches it, but for the most part, it's gone. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. There we go, a couple of little jobs sorted on the 8.6. Now on to the news. So of course, plenty of you are probably wondering what's going on with the V8, the LS, what's going on with that. And as I said back in the original episode where I talked about it, everything's kind of just on hold until I can afford to buy all the bits to swap it. So, bit of a boring thing to say, unfortunately, but that is the case, that is reality. These videos aren't big enough to start raking in all the money to do big engine swaps and so on like nobody's business, so just gonna have to save and do all those bits and bobs, but around all that, I need to do sensible things like having recently got a new job, I need to get a mortgage and things like that. So unfortunately, it's just one of those things where you're probably not likely going to see any big changes to come with the V8 until later next year, unfortunately. To help along with the funds for that, I've also done a couple of things. I've opened up a little Patreon page you can find below if you want to give a little bit of money towards the channel, everything I do here. That'd be fantastic. Or if you'd like to support things in a different way, I've actually decided to start selling merchandise. And that's under another little brand I'm hoping to start called Excel Automotive, which the link for which is here. And all of that's done via Teespring. So just been learning the ropes of designing bits and bobs and come up with some cool designs I think you'll quite like. I'll flash a few of them up here on screen. And I'm going to start selling these as t-shirts, as hoodies, mugs, stickers, whatever really. As I say, here's the link again. Check it out. I'll pop it down in the description as well. Like I say, it's kind of a bit of a brand I'm hoping to start, so I'm not only going to be selling any 4K Garage merchandise I make, but also just general car designs, anything, you know, any funky or cool designs I make, any Excel Automotive merchandise I make. So all of that, it's all me. There's no one else here helping me with the designs. It's all just stuff I've done myself and then put up on Teespring to be printed and sold to you guys. If there's any designs you like, or if there's anyone you think might like any of the designs on offer, share them around, do a little purchase, hit me up if you do buy a t-shirt, send a picture. I'd love to share around. There's also a Instagram page for this new brand, Excel Automotive. Again, pop it up here. So check that out, give it a follow, have a look at any of the posts I put up and share them around. And pretty much all the profits for that are just going to go back into the channel, the car, V8, and so on. That's all for this episode, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, a little bit of a short one, but hopefully some exciting news there. So please do check out Excel Automotive. Subscribe to 4K Garage if you haven't already, or just leave a like and comment, whatever you want to do. But for now, guys, I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you have a good one, and hope to see you on the next episode, which might even include a little bit of the LS. So as I always say, hope to see you next time, guys. Have a good one. Cheers. Bye-bye.